Hi and welcome back to Tech Anorak. So, got a video today for you of the Redmagic Astra, which is a small form factor gaming tablet. Yeah, really loving this guy. So let's get it open, show you what it's all about. Okay, so very thin box as you can see. So you're not getting a power adapter in here, you're getting probably just a USB cable. Okay, so you get your device, some RGB lighting, we'll come back to that. And you get just the power USB-C 3 meter length, I'd say, like your standard you get with Apple and Samsung, etc. And then a little book, little box, some Redmagic stickers, energy rating. That's a bit like you get on a washing machine or a TV, but yeah, fair enough. And then a little quick start guide that I've not read and I'm not going to read, but it's nice to include it if anybody needs it. But Android's Android, so you know you're going to know what you're doing. Okay, so let's get this out of the way and have a look at the device. Okay, so like I said, you've got the RGB lighting, so it's lighting up at the moment with green. You can custom that to different colours. As you can see now, it's gone red. There's a little fan, and yeah, so let's have a look at this back. I think it's beautiful. So you've got a bit of branding, obviously the Redmagic. It tells you it's got a vapor chamber, a Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is the flagship chip at the moment, the highest one. What else do we see? Composite liquid metal, so that's for cooling. Obviously that's near the fan. You've got on the back there a little light for the camera, and then the camera itself. So just one single lens, bit of Redmagic branding again. Top side, you've got, this is a dedicated gaming button, so you press that, takes you into a gaming hub. Pretty cool, and you can launch games from there. You can also go into settings as well, and change performance to balanced. Eco Rise is your highest one. GPU, high quality standard power saving. So yeah, sorry, back to the ports and buttons. You've got your volume rocker there, little microphone. Back's clean. Stereo speaker there. The DTS:X speakers, really loud. It's a power button cum fingerprint reader, very accurate. Boom. Show you a few times, guys. And you don't have to tap it. You don't have to press it in. You just tap it. I've tried the face unlock. Can't get it to work. That's one downside. Next downside is this. I don't get why they've put the USB-C port there, because if you look what I've got next to me here is a USB-C gamepad. Really, it should be in the middle, because otherwise you get this. It's not too bad on this device because this is the Redmagic. This is a GameSir X5S, X5 Lite. Sorry, the X5 Lite, and the USB-C is on the left. So you get the device in top orientation here. The other downside, though, is the power button is down in that corner. And when I got this, I had to cut the rubber because it was turning the device off. So if you see there, the rubber should go all the way down to there, but easy mod, just this comes out anyway, and you can just cut it with some scissors, and I'll just cut off the excess so that power button can recess in there and not be bothered. Okay, and then have we got any more ports to show you? I don't think we have. No, stereo speakers, like I said, guys. Nothing on this edge. Down to the front. So you've got a very small camera, front-facing camera in the bezel. And talking to the bezels, they're really minimal. So I think it's 90% or 90.06 or something screen to body ratio. So really high. Okay, so let's do some specs. So I'm on the Redmagic website here, and it's key things here. So it's the most powerful chip in Android tablets, the Snapdragon 8 Elite. It's a 9.6-inch OLED display, it's 2.4K resolution. It's got a 13-layer ICE cooling system. So that's the liquid metal thing we saw. So it's got like vapor chambers and the fan as well to keep the cooling down. I've been using this for a week and it doesn't get hot. It gets a little bit hot to the touch at the top, but it doesn't bother me while I'm gaming, and I've been gaming for long sessions. Okay, it's an 8,200 milliamp hour battery with 80 watt fast charging. So it charges from 0 to 71%. Sorry, 0 to 100% in 71 minutes. So pretty quick. And it's got DTS:X Ultra 3D stereo speakers. The speakers are good. They're loud. I've heard better on other tablets. They're not that bassy, but you know, they're pretty good. Good for gaming anyway. Okay, so some more specs. I won't go and quote everything, guys, and bore you, but it's a light tablet, so 370 grams. It's 6.9 millimeters thick, so nice and thin, as you can see. The material is metal middle frame and glass. I believe it's Gorilla Glass on the front. I think Gorilla Glass on the back, but it doesn't state that. Memory combinations. So I've got the base one, which was £440 in the UK, and it's 12 gig with 256 gig of RAM. Sorry, guys. 12 gig of RAM with 256 gig of storage. And then you can go up higher with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gig of storage. And then the top one, 24 gig and 1 terabyte of storage. It's very fast as well. So UFS 4.1. I found downloading things is rapid. If I need to extract a big RAR file, like a 4 gig file, extracts really fast. So definitely the storage is quick. A bit more on that display. So yeah, 9.6 OLED with 165 Hz refresh rate, resolution of 2400 by 1504 pixels, 313 ppi. Gets very bright, 1600 nits brightness, 110 full screen brightness. Yeah, Corning Gorilla Glass for the front, definitely. It's splash and water resistant, so IP54 rating. So yeah, if you're using it outside, you could use it in the rain, but you know, it can't be submersed in water. If you dropped it in a bath or a lake or something, you know, it's dead. Bit more about the cooling system. Won't bore you too much. The turbo fan goes up to 20,000 RPM. But yeah. Okay, the chipset. So again, it's that Snapdragon 8 Elite, CPU cores, Orion CPU up to 4.32 gigahertz. It's an Adreno GPU with the Redmagic Red Core R3 Pro. Okay, so things it's missing. It's not got a micro SD card slot. So I think that's a big miss for a gaming tablet, because if you're into gaming and emulation, a lot of people are going to be having an SD card to throw all the files on and off. Plus 256 gig. It sounds like a lot to start with, but it's not. You know, once you've put on Genshin Impact, which is I think 40 gig, and then if you're playing Switch games, some of the Switch games are 15 gig, and you can use that storage up pretty quickly. But obviously, everything comes at a price, and storage costs more the more you go up. So the rear camera, it's got a resolution of 30 megapixels with enhanced AI, 5p lens up to 4K 30 video recording. Front camera, the resolution is 9 megapixel with enhanced AI algorithms. Smallest front camera on a tablet, fair enough. Yeah, it is very small. And it's a 4P lens, 1080p at 30 frames per second, so no 4K video calling for you there, but, you know, it's gaming focused device, but does some good all-around stuff as well, but it's not going to be as good as an iPad or a Samsung S10 Ultra, you know, the S10 range. Only the downside I can think of, guys, is it doesn't have 5G, so you can't put a SIM card in there, but it doesn't bother me. Obviously, I've got my mobile phone, so I've got a 5G phone, and if I want to just tether the tablet to the phone, I can do. And yeah, the last thing was just that USB-C port is in the wrong position. But other than that, pretty flawless device. Okay, guys, so we're still on the Redmagic website. So this is the UK pricing and the UK website. So it comes in two colours. I've got the black Eclipse one. It does come in Starfrost Silver as well, which is really nice. Doesn't come in Starcross Silver in the smaller 12 gig 256. Only the black one does. So let's see what that does to the pricing. So if we go to Eclipse 16 gig 512, so it's 439 the base version for 12 gig 256, but if we go up to 16 gig of RAM, 512 gig storage, it jumps to 559. Same price for the Starfrost Silver, and then so you can't get that in the 1 terabyte either. And so yeah, the Eclipse is the only one that does 24 gig 1 terabyte, and it's 739. I think that's really good value compared to an iPad Mini. If you got a 1 terabyte iPad Mini, which I'm not even sure you can, you're probably looking at £1,000, over $1,000. So 739 is pretty reasonable. Now some more downsides. It's very difficult to get accessories for this tablet. So they do have a folio case, this one here, but it's been out of stock all week the last 2 weeks since I've been looking at the device and owning it. So if you go on Amazon, you're going to get pretty basic cases like this one I bought. This is just a TPU £15 case, which does a trick, but I like to have a lot of cases. I don't know about you, but I like to have a lot of options. And yeah, that's the downside. I suppose with most Chinese devices, if it's not Samsung or Apple, you're going to struggle on accessories. All right, so let's show off this screen. It's an amazing OLED panel. So I've got a 4K video for you here, guys. Also, I've cranked the stereo speaker, so we'll do a speaker test as well. So as you can see there, if you're kicking back watching Netflix or YouTube or wherever you get your films from, Netflix, as I say, Disney Plus, you're covered. The screen's amazing. Stereo speakers are great. As I say, stereo speakers could be a bit better compared to Apple and Samsung, but if you're watching a movie or gaming, they're still brilliant. Okay, so a bit of a size comparison for you here. So this is an 11-inch tablet. It's the Fire HD 11 Pro Max, I think it's called. It's my kid's tablet. I can't remember what it is, but it's an 11-inch one, so similar size to an iPad or a Samsung S10, which is the normal form factor. So as you can see, it's a lot smaller and easier to handle. So if you're gaming, it's pretty much as well. Just again, another comparison. There's a foldable. That's the Z Fold 3. So it's not far off that form factor, but you haven't got the risk of damaging the screen inside, which, not foldables aren't for everybody. They're expensive. This is a broken one, in fact. The speaker's broken, which I think's from folding it in and out. Also, the the front screen's damaged. So yeah, foldables aren't for everybody, but that's why I bought this, because I didn't want another foldable that was going to fail on me. And this guy is just really nice to handle. So again, compared to a big 11-inch tablet, I'd much rather have this for gaming and just for, in general, I've been grabbing this a lot more than my phone even, which has surprised me. So I thought I'd use it just for gaming, but I've been grabbing it just for everything, just for doing shopping on Amazon, general browsing, etc. This is my go-to device. Okay, so like I showed you before, here's a USB-C controller, the X5 Lite from GameSir. So again, it's got that downside of making it offset, so it's higher at the top. You weigh around that. This is the G8 Plus, GameSir G8 Plus. It's actually broken. I've had it for 2 days, and what happened was, this fits nice, but when you take it out, it crashed into it like that and damaged it. So I don't know if that's just that this is poorly made, but I'm just waiting on a replacement. But yeah, the way around it is obviously get yourself a Bluetooth one. The G8 Plus is probably the best at the moment, I believe. I think the Razer Kishi V3 can fit this device as well, but again, it's USB-C. But this is the best of the best at the moment. But yeah, a bit worrying that it's broken after a few days. All right, so let's get into what this device is all about, which is a gaming tablet. So here's Call of Duty Mobile. Let's see what this plays like.
Destroy the objective. Bomb acquired.
Oh, I'm no good at these. I've never been good at them. Anything where you're not just shooting people. I'd rather just shoot people.
Enemy down.
I don't want to go and defuse bombs and set bombs. I just want to go and blow people's heads off, really.
Bomb has been planted. Enemy down! Get down. Nice work. Ready for the next round.
I've not played this mode very often, so I don't know what's going on, to be honest. But yeah, talk about the graphics settings. So I've got the graphics on max.
The enemy has the bomb.
And the Snapdragon 8 Elite can handle this no problem. Don't see any frame drops.
Bomb spotted.
I think it runs at 90 FPS from memory. Ran into him. Okay, so moving on. This is Destiny Rising, which has come out on the Play Store this week. And you know what? I love Destiny. Destiny 2 is one of my favourite shooters. And it's got full controller support straight away. I've not had to fiddle with anything in the settings. Call of Duty and PUBG, you can't say that about them. And this game, it looks like a PC game or an Xbox game to me. So we're in the lobby or off-world, not in the actual game, but yeah, just to show you. It's a really pretty game and shows off this screen well. I don't know how to get onto the next level. I think I need to work that out. King's not there giving me any jobs anyway. Now let's keep it moving. So yeah, that's Android gaming. They're the two I've been playing at the moment. Let's move over to some cloud gaming. Okay, so we're in Forza Horizon 5. Again, don't have to mess around with the controller settings. This X5 lights detected straight away. Go in the car view. And I'm using the Better xCloud app, which I find runs better than the Xbox, like their own app. And it runs 1080p. I think it's 60 frames per second. I've not had any poor performance so far. My Wi-Fi is pretty good at home. It's gigabyte Ethernet. Oh, I'm in the cactuses. But yeah, again, it's like having a little Xbox. They're about to launch the Xbox handheld, and if you've got this tablet, I think it's a better option than spending 300 and probably 400, 500 pounds. I think they're going to be up to 1,000 for the more expensive one. So you're better off with this than the Xbox ROG Ally. That's the name of it. Obviously, you've got the beauty of it being a tablet as well, so you can do everything a tablet can do, and you can have it as your gaming device. So really flexible. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Okay, so Assassin's Creed Mirage. Again, Xbox gaming, but probably show off even better this because it's a nice sunny environment. But yeah, there's no need to sit at your TV. You can just play this. Point in fact, though, one of the features that I haven't mentioned, you can use USB-C to HDMI and game on your TV with the Redmagic Astra. So it turns it into a console, really. And again, I was playing Xbox, and it's flawless, really good. You're not going to get 4K like you do, obviously, on a PS5 or a Xbox Series X, but I think the trade-off, in cloud streaming anyway, you don't anyway. It's 1080p, even if you're running it on an Xbox, I think, anyway. So unless in fact, if you're not streaming from the cloud, Game Pass Ultimate, you can game in 4K. But to me, this just looks amazing anyway. All right, so let's keep it moving. We'll move on to some emulation. All right, guys, so we're in Never SX2 PS2 emulator, and I've been running everything in 5x native, so above 2K, so it's a 2K panel, so I suppose that makes sense. There's no point really running it at 4K because the device isn't 4K. So yeah, let's have a look at this. So this is NBA Street 2. If you've never played this, it still holds up really well today. The graphics are amazing. You'll see in a second, guys. But yeah, I think my favourite basketball game ever.
Oh man, we are in beautiful Hall of USA at the Rec Center. Now that was a rejection.
All right, so if you like rap, the guy that's just scored the basket, he's my playable character. So you can have like be a legend mode, and you make your own character. You design what they look like and what the name is. And I've called him Biggie Smalls or Biggie Wallace. So after the Notorious B.I.G. because he's a big dude like Biggie, as you can see. But he can dunk a basket. So yeah, but just look at this game, guys. You know, it's amazing what you can do on Android now. I used to run this on my PC, and you're getting the same performance really as you would on a PC now. So just to say, obviously basic games like SNES games, Mega Drive, NES, GameCube, they're all going to run pretty, flawlessly because it can run this PS2 game amazingly. You can do some Switch emulation as well, which I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, if you've not played this, I highly recommend it, like I say, guys. So switching up now, we're on Cemu, and I've got the latest Cemu, and up until recently, you couldn't run Mario Kart 8 and get past the first race in a series, but now you can. So yeah, again, this is like having a little Wii U. I used to have one of those back in the day with the big screen. But yeah, again, just amazing what you can do with these devices. Especially this one as well, the Redmagic Astra. Oh, wrong button. So again, this is running at 2K. So the device is handling it. Really shows off the screen. Thanks, Luigi. But yeah, the Wii U version looks as good as the Switch version, I'd say. It's obviously got ported over. Okay, so now in Eden, which is Switch emulation, I'm going with 1.5 times, so 1080p to 1620p, which is a good sweet spot. If you go higher, it will run it, but I've just found you get a few drops, so I'm sticking at that resolution. And let's get into some gaming. Okay, so I've moved over to Switch emulation now, and we've got Sonic Superstars. So it's not a game I'd played when I had my Switch actually, but it's really fun to play. It's got the old school sort of Sonic vibes with a new twist. Yeah, so it looks like old school Sonic, but with much better graphics, really. Quite a small file size, this as well. I think it's 5 gig. Whereas if you're going for like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, I think they're like 15 gig. But again, it just amazes me what you can do on devices now on Android, and especially this Redmagic Astra. Seen a few little frame drops, but nothing too bad, guys. Very playable indeed. So yeah, as you can see, the gaming is really varied and high quality. The stuff that you can do on this tablet, so it's worth the price just for that, I would say. Let's finish off with some daily activities that you do yourselves. So obviously browsing. I'm a Man United fan, so we can check out all the news on transfer deadline day that really annoyed me. And then if we wanted to go to split screen, we can do. Swipe up into there. Let's find YouTube or something. All right, guys, so you can get that video on we had before. So you could be rocking that. Probably better that way. You've got your video going there. Obviously, then you can multitask, read a story. So yeah, again, it's got everything down that a phone and a tablet can do. Facebook. Oh, Redmagic Astra, there you go, guys. But yeah, nice and smooth, that 165 hertz as it says there. Buttery smooth when you're scrolling. Instagram. Again, really, really smooth. Oh, family show, get that off. I love women, what can I say? Okay, and then, yeah, just everything's really snappy. It's not had any stutters, the device, just buttery smooth. But yeah, I highly recommend this, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments about the video. If you want any more gaming videos, I'm more than happy to do that. If you've got any features that you want me to test or anything I've not covered, please let me know. This is my device, it's not a test one. So, you know, it's here to stay. So if there's anything you do want to ask, go ahead. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. I've not done a video for a while, but you should see a bit more content from me now. Hopefully get a video out every week. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.